Uh-oh. Hey, millionaires. We will get started in just a second. Good evening, good evening, good evening, millionaires. Good evening, millionaires. I hope everybody is having an amazing Friday, right? Our Financial Freedom Fridays. I hope everybody is having a great day. So tonight, oh no, before we even get started, so my name is Alma Nancy, right? I go by Alma the CPA. Welcome Byron, welcome K Deuce, welcome to the Call Millionaires, welcome to the broadcast. So make sure that you guys share the broadcast. And before we get started, do me a favor, put in the comments, good evening, millionaire. Let us know where you are calling in from and let us know where you're from. It's always good to, hey, King. Love K-Deuce. Welcome to the call. Welcome to the call. Or the broadcast, right? I never know what to say. Cedric, welcome. Good evening, millionaires. So do me a favor, put in the comments, good evening, millionaire. Let us know where you are calling in from, right? And it's always, first you want to greet your fellow millionaires. So you want to tell everybody that joins us, good evening, millionaire. And then you want to let us know where you are calling in from because it is always great and amazing and lovely and all that good stuff, right? Fairy dust and all that stuff, right? To know where all our millionaire-minded family is, and it's good to be in contact with all our millionaires all over the country, right? Environment is definitely stronger than willpower, so you always want to be in contact with people that are of like mind, like yourself. Okay, so good evening, millionaires. If this is your first time joining us, we always greet each other by millionaires. Why? Because everything happens 3 times, okay? The first is in your mind. That's why we say millionaire minded, right? The second is on paper. We always want to write it down and make it plain. And that goes for anything that we are trying to achieve, any of our goals, hopes, dreams, all that stuff. You want to write it down and make it plain, right? And then third is in execution. So I'm in my execution phase, millionaires. So good evening, millionaires. Welcome to the broadcast. I go by Alma the CPA because I am a licensed, registered, certified public accountant, born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. I just do these, we do these Good Evening Millionaire series in hopes that it gets you further and faster and with less effort, right? So good evening, millionaire. Let me know how I can anytime be of any type of service. All you have to do is inbox me. Anything related to finance, personal credit, business credit, hard money loans, etc., right? I'm here to help. So good evening, millionaire. So this won't be a super long broadcast because what we're going to do is go through, hey, millionaire, welcome to the broadcast. Also, please make sure that you guys are sharing the broadcast because you never know how this information can help other people. So whether it's somebody, even if you know this information, maybe somebody on your timeline does not. Okay, so you want to make sure that you share this information not only on your personal page, but also in different groups that you are in. So good evening, millionaire. Good evening, millionaire. So Financial Freedom Fridays, right? So I'm going to kind of mix it up a little bit. Sometimes I give tips. Sometimes we do the interview. So today I'm going to do Financial Freedom Friday tips. Okay, so make sure that you guys share this, and this is for anybody that you know that's working on their financial freedom. So just so you guys know, what is your financial freedom? Financial freedom does not mean that you are a gazillionaire, right? Right? A lot of times people think that financial freedom is like, oh my God, I gotta make $1 million or $1 trillion and stuff like that. It's really not. Financial freedom is just if your bills are $1,200, then maybe you have like $1,400 coming in, and you have a little bit of wiggle room depending on how you do your budget. But if your bills are, let's say your bills plus your fun stuff, you include in your budget like all your shopping, all your everything, your entertainment, your food, your groceries, and everything, 100, and you're bringing in a constant, steady 1201, then you're free, right? You are definitely free. And so that's what the goal is, because at the end of the day, none of us, including myself, right, wants to work for the rest of our lives. So I'm going to give you guys some tips on how you can get closer to your financial freedom, right? We always give these tips to get further and faster and with less effort. So good evening, millionaire. Oh, before we start, make sure that you guys check us out. If somebody could put in the comments, it's actually in the, but you can, in order to join Dear Millionaire, right? We send out all types of cool tips and tricks about success, entrepreneurship, different videos. It's the world's first free text message service on personal growth and self-development. In order to subscribe to that, all you have to do is text the number is 81010. If somebody can put that in the comments, that would be awesome. And thank you, millionaire. Right? 81010. In the body of the text, you want to type out @MillMind, which is short for millionaire minded. The @ symbol, the A with the circle, right? And then MillMind, @MillMind. And just like that, you'll be enrolled in the world's first free text message service, as far as we know, on personal growth and self-development. The other thing that you guys definitely want to check out is my site, right? AmaTheCPA.com, because a lot of us feel like we have an income problem, right? We go out and we get more jobs. We see how we can make more money. Now, making more money is definitely awesome, but at the end of the day, America is filled with high-paid poor people, which means we don't manage our budget. We don't manage our money, right? So I have a free video series on my site, AmaTheCPA.com. Make sure that you guys check that out. If somebody could put that in the comments for me, that would be amazing as well, but it is in the caption, AmaTheCPA.com. Right, and in there you can subscribe to a free video series on increasing your cash flow. It's going to say something like increase your cash flow tips or something, video series, right? So you guys definitely want to check that out. It's really short, and the videos are scheduled to come out every 24 hours, depending on when you enroll, right? So you definitely want to check that out. So good evening, millionaire. So we're going to go ahead and get started. It is Friday. Don't want to keep you guys here too long, right? Okay, so we're going over our Financial Freedom Friday tips. If you are striving towards financial freedom, here are some things that you can do that will definitely free up your mindset, free up your, everything, right? So you won't feel so tight, especially if you are like living paycheck to paycheck and you're like, oh my God, how am I ever going to make this work? You definitely want to tune into this video. So give me a number 1 and a share. Give me a number 1 and a share. Good evening, millionaire. And if you are on the replay, still give me a number 1 and a share. Subscribe to Dear Millionaire and subscribe to AmaTheCPA.com. Okay, love you, millionaire. So number 1, put a number 1 in the comments and share the broadcast. Good evening, millionaire. Right, so number 1 is you want to, it's one or two things. You want to cut up your credit cards, because a lot of times, if you are really working towards your finances and if you are not disciplined, now I'm not saying that everybody has to cut up your credit cards, because credit is queen, okay? We all know that women rule the world. Let's face it, right? Be honest. So credit is queen. You may say that cash is king, but credit is queen, right? So you definitely want to establish your credit. You definitely want to be able to use other people's money, and that's what they say, right? But in order for you to get to that place where you can use other people's money, where banks are like throwing money at you, you have to have an A+ credit, okay? So you have to have the credit where banks are like, please let them come here and get our credit, right? Because we know that we can fund them. We know that they're going to pay it back. We know that they are good for it, et cetera, et cetera. So in order for you to get to that, you have to get to that 700, 800 credit score, right? That's like where you can borrow whatever. That's where you can really go in there and do everything on your own terms. So you want to be able to have that for your personal credit as well as your business credit, because that's where you can really expand your business. People don't really expand their businesses because they are rich and they have all this money. They expand their businesses because they have amazing credit, and banks and loan officers are like throwing money at them. Lending agencies are throwing money at them. So they're like, yes, of course, I'll take it. I can use it for X, Y, and Z. Get the money back, pay it back, and then it's none of my personal money being touched. Okay, so in order for you to get to that point, millionaires, I know that was a lot. In order for you to get to that point, you want to get to a point where you have your own personal financial situation under control. You don't want to be to the point where you are living paycheck to paycheck and then you're trying to build a $1 billion, $1 million organization, because it's going to be very difficult, right? So you want to work on your credit and work on building your $1 million organization at the same time. In order for you to do that, I say don't use your credit cards. If you are not disciplined to use it and pay it off, so like let's say you can do one or two things. So maybe you want to have it where it's on automatic payment every single month. So you can do that. Definitely do that to build up your credit, right? So if you put something on there, you have it set up automatically to where it clears the balance every pay period. It clears the balance, whatever it is. That's awesome. And that is definitely a way that you can increase your credit very, very fast, right? Because now it's like, wow, Amma Amma is using her credit, but she's paying it off every single month. She is very responsible when it comes to her finances. So now they are going to increase your limit. That's going to boost your credit score. If, however, millionaires, if you are still trying to get to that point where maybe you don't have that discipline to pay it off every single month, or make sure that you, pay it off every single month and you don't incur finance charges, etc., then I say just don't use them. Okay, just don't even use them temporarily, right? So I wouldn't necessarily say cut them up, but let's say you just put them somewhere where it is very difficult to access. And one of my favorite movies, Confessions of a Shopaholic. It was so good, right? One of my favorite movies. But what you can do is like freeze your credit cards, because by the time you have to defrost it in order to use it, that urge for you to spend it has gone. So don't try to memorize the credit card number, because then freezing it is not going to help. Okay, millionaire? Give me a number 2 in a share. Give me a number 2 in the broadcast. Put a number 2 in the comments. Put a number 2 in the comments and share the broadcast. Not only share it on your personal page, but also share it in groups that you are in. Okay, good evening, millionaires. If you are just joining us on the broadcast, welcome to the replay. Or welcome if you are like just joining us right now, but still go ahead and participate. Reach out to your fellow millionaires. Say good evening, millionaires. Let us know where you are calling in from. Number 2, give me a number 2 in a share. Number 2, if you do not have your emergency fund, millionaires, you want to save $1,000 fast, like quick, fast, and in a hurry. Listen, emergencies happen. Things happen. You don't want to be in a situation where you have to rely on your money that is already budgeted, right? Because you guys have been watching the video, so you kind of have a budget. You don't want to rely on your money that is already budgeted to cover for emergencies, right? You can need anything. Things happen, right? You need something for your house. You need something for your car. That's normally the main thing, is your car, because you need it to get to and from work. You're driving it every single day. You need new tires. You need a new alternator. The heat goes out. The radio goes out. It could be anything, right? So you want to be able to have some money set up. So when you're really working on your financial freedom, you have to have your emergency fund. You have to have a short term and a long term. But this is not that exact information. But in order, when you are just now starting out, right, this is not like necessarily the call is what I'm saying, or the broadcast to explain how to set up your short-term and your long-term emergency fund. But in the meantime, when you are really first starting out and you're working on your financial freedom, save $1,000 and do it fast. You know, if you think about it, you can save $1,000 very, very fast, millionaires, because you have to look and just see what you can cut out and how you can put up $200 for, 5 weeks straight. $200, right? And just look and see, because once you get that money, you'll be like, oh my God, I did it. But you definitely want to get that set up, because if something happens and you need money and you have to go into your everyday money, then it makes it very, very difficult. So you want to make sure that you have that set up. Okay, give me a number 3 and a share. Millionaire, put a number 3 in the broadcast comments. And give me a share. So put a number 3 in the comments and share the broadcast, not only on your personal page, but also on any groups that you're in. Even if you know this information, you never know who on your broadcast does not, who on your timeline does not. So give me a number 3 and a share. Okay, thank you, millionaires. Contribute to your 401k and max it out. You want to make sure, whether you have a 401k, whether you have a pension, depending on where you work, you want to max it out, because it's always free money. Think about it like this. Sometimes your job will say, hey, for every dollar, we'll put in 50 cents, or for every, whatever it is. Maybe it's for every dollar they'll put in 25 cents. Who cares? It's just for the fact that they put in something, you put in something, and they will match you. So you want to make sure you figure out what that match is and you maximize that match, and you want to do it sooner rather than later, because that's money that they can put in, and it's growing for you on your behalf for your retirement. And that's all leading to your financial freedom. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're putting money in there, that they're putting money in there, and it's growing. You don't want to wait until you're like ready to retire, and then you say like, man, let me put money in my 401k because my job is going to match it. You want to do it now, because they can be putting that money in. And remember, like, the whole effects of compounding interest and all that good stuff, right? Einstein calls it the 8th wonder of the world, compounding interest. Maybe I'll do a video about that one day. But compounding interest is just interest on top of interest. Okay, so you definitely want to get them to contribute as much as they will, and you contribute as much as they ask, so that you can start building that money, building that nest egg for when you are ready to retire. Okay, good evening, millionaires. Welcome to the broadcast if you are just joining us. And last and definitely not least, and we will get out of here, give me a number 4 and a share. Give me a number 4 and a share. And thank you so much, millionaires, for putting in the comments. Hey, Fee, millionaire Fee, thank you. Millionaire, right? Thank you so much, millionaire. Ranisha, thank you for joining. All the millionaires, thank you guys so very much. So number 4 is last and definitely not least. You want to make sure you are working on paying off your debt. Listen, millionaires, I cannot even stress this enough. So give me a number 4. Put a number 4. I'm like, this is really 8, but it's 4 on each hand. Put a number 4 in the comments and share the broadcast. Give me a number 4 and a share. You want to make sure that you're working on paying off your debt. A lot of times, this is where a lot of us mess up, because your debt is going to have a higher interest rate than your investments, okay? That's just how it's set up, 9 times out of 10, which means that your interest that you are paying may be, 8, 9, 10%. If, whatever it is, it may be 8, 9, 10%. But then on the other end, your interest rate that you're earning is 2, 3%. Okay, so that's like what we call hustling backwards, right? That's hustling backwards. So you want to make sure that you work on paying off your debt, so any money that you put in can just be growing, and you aren't trying to pay this off plus grow this and et cetera, et cetera. So try to get out of debt as soon as possible, millionaires. And over here at Millionaire Minded, like, we have all types of amazing software and different techniques and stuff like that can help you get out of debt really, really fast. So if you're interested in getting out of debt quicker than what you have already have been doing, and you need some assistance in different software or programs and stuff like that, definitely feel free to reach out to me or any of my fellow lovely, lovely millionaires, right? And we can help anybody that shared this broadcast with you. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. We are right at, I try to keep them short, right? So you guys can tune in every single week, but we always want to provide value, right? We are millionaire minded. So good evening, millionaires. I will see you guys actually tomorrow morning for Good Morning Millionaire, right? A lot of you guys know me from Good Evening Millionaire, but we started off with Good Morning Millionaire. We've been doing that for about 3 years. So you want to tune into that. I'll host it on the phone line as well as on my personal page. But until then, I will see you guys later. Millionaires, have an amazing, amazing evening. Definitely be safe. Each one teach one. We can change the world. I'm the CPA. If I can help you out in any type of way, feel free to reach out to me, right? Personal financial success, business credit, personal credit, business loans, etc., etc. Anything I can help you with, let me know. And I will see you guys soon. Good evening, millionaires.